It's just so cool. It looks like a freaking toy car. No one will think you're a dick. Top speed is 304 kilometers an hour. Wow, that's really loud. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we've got the all-new Porsche 911 992 Targa 4S. And today I'm going to show you around it, show you all the cool stuff on it, tell you why this is, well, one of the coolest cars on sale, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to receive updates when we upload a new video. And check us out on Instagram if you like, at AutoTopNL, for some behind the scenes footage. And let's just cut to the chase and go here. Because this spec with the black car, the red roof and the grey Targa hoop is just so freaking cool. And the Targa really is the most classy of Porsches, the most gentlemanly of Porsches. And I don't know if that's a word, but it's just so cool. And I just love the fact that this is how they decided to do it. With the 991, they started with this, well, marvelously engineered Targa system with this entire back part that goes all the way like that. I don't think it works with the key. Let me just check. I think only the windows roll down with the key. Oh, maybe if you press this button, Max, which has the roof on it. Freaking idiot. Okay, so we press that. And there we go. You can see the entire rear part going up and to the rear. That big glass. Then the roof folds down. How cool is that? I mean, I really love Porsche for doing it like this. For, well, choosing the difficult option basically. Because with the 993, the 996 and the 997, they sort of ruined it. They had this, like, well, it was a glorified sunroof basically. And this is a real Targa. And, well, this is the first, well, the 991 was the first real Targa since the 964, and this is the same mechanism as the 991. But we've got a 992 4S, which means that we've got a 6-cylinder boxer engine in the rear, twin turbocharged with 450 horsepower and 530 newton meters of torque, which is really, really nice. Of course, it is a bit heavier than a coupe, so this Targa weighs 110 kilos more than a coupe and 40 kilos more than a convertible. But that's not the only drawback you get in this Targa, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's check out the spec. We've got this deep black car with these really nice double spoke wheels, 20-inch at the front, 21-inch at the rear. We've got the regular steel brakes with the red brake calipers, which is really nice. The spec with that black, red interior, red roof, red calipers. And of course we've got that rear light, the LED bar running across the rear, which just looks so freaking cool at night. It's really crazy. But some part of me, I really love the fact, I love the way it looks on a Carrera S as well. But some part of me really wanted that Porsche kept this light bar for the Targa, because they used to keep that for the Targas. Like they kept the wide body at the rear for the four-wheel drive versions. Now they all have the wide rear end and they all have the light bar, which is both cool for the regular models and a shame for this model. God, I love it. It looks like a freaking toy car. But maybe that's just my reference. I think this rear end is so freaking cool with that glass. Yeah, awesome. We also have the sports exhaust. You can see that because we have two big tailpipes instead of the four. And on the interior, we've got red leather, as I said. It's cold. 9 degrees, feels colder. Yeah, we'll start it up. And, well, on the interior, I'll close these windows for the wind. We've talked about this interior before. Heated seats, here, heated steering wheel on. This interior is really nice because it is both super, well, designy and simplified, but you still have the most important things with buttons. So you still have your climate, you've got these toggle switches here, you've got a proper volume button and a proper button to go through the menu there, so you don't have to use the touchscreen if you don't want to. And this is a really good combination between, you know, having everything in a touchscreen and having a lot of buttons down here like they used to have. Nowadays you see that everything becomes touch and haptic, and everything is in here in a VW Golf GTI Mark 8. I like this. I like a combination of both. I think this is, especially in a fast car, you want to have your most important stuff just one click away, like your nose lift, your exhaust, your hazards, your traction control, suspension, climate, volume. Yeah, I think this is a good setup. Now, let's take it for a drive. We're going to drive it with the roof down. Towards the Autobahn, and then we'll see. We'll definitely close it at the Autobahn because it is going to be quite loud. Which brings me to one of the drawbacks. Well, one of two drawbacks basically. I think the weight, it's 110 kilos heavier than a coupe. And the wind. Because there's quite a bit of wind noise and you get a lot of that wind in your neck. So right now it's quite cold, and that cold wind is being, well, pretty accurately directed at my neck. So even though it is a beautiful day, it's nice and sunny, it's still pretty cold. And I don't think you have that in a convertible 911. Not this bad, because you have that windscreen here, and I think the wind is not as well, it's forced into the cabin. Anyway, when you speed up it's less. Okay, so it's at certain speeds. Anyway, we've got the 4S, as I said, so that means that it performs really, wow, that's really loud. It's kind of annoying. I hope it's not too bad on the camera. So handling wise, compared to coupe, it is heavier. It is also more set up like a convertible. So the suspension is a little bit softer, and you can really feel that the car wobbles around a little bit more and is more geared towards comfort. Oh, but I love this generation 911 so much. I think, yes, in some ways it is a lot less emotional than before. Everything feels really efficient. The sound is not that, you know, screaming. You really have to get to that top of the rev range between like 6,500 and 7,500 RPM. That's when it sounds really, really good. But below that, it sounds pretty beefy, but not super emotional. So we'll close the roof. It takes 19 seconds. And like that, it transforms into a coupe again. And Well, the wind noise with the roof closed, at least at normal speeds. I'm not sure what it's like at the Autobahn. We're going to find out now. But at, you know, with normal driving, it is really, really good. It's super quiet. And I just love the look of it. I love the fact that you have that Targa hoop on the side that just gives that little accent. You've got that massive glass at the rear. Really love that too. And you know, no one will think you're a dick when you drive a Targa, I think. Or at least I wouldn't. Alright, so we'll get the speedo cam going for you guys. We are in Sport Plus mode. Performance wise, the 4S top speed is 304 kilometers an hour, which is the same as the convertible and 2 kilometers an hour less than the coupe. But we'll have to see whether we can do that here today. Don't know how busy it is. So we do have a little bit of wind noise on the right. But it is super stable. We're at 300. We do have some wind noise. The windows are closed. It's just the convertible roof you're hearing. But man, so 0 to 100, 3.8 seconds, or 3.6 if you have the Sports Chrono package and launch control. But most interesting is that we measured this car from 0 to 250 kilometers an hour at something like 21 seconds, which is faster than the Carrera 4S we did. So I mean, it probably has something to do with the temperature because it's nice and cold today, so the engine really likes that. But that is freaking impressive. We just did a 300 kilometer an hour run. I mean, this car really has it all. It really does. It just, I think it really combines the 4S and the 4S convertible in a perfect way, because it's not about, you know, the most aggressive performance or the lightest or whatever. The 4S, if you have a 4S, you don't care about the weight. Otherwise you would have a 2S, a regular Carrera S. So why not just go for a Targa? I mean, it's so much cooler, it's so much more beautiful, and you will be so much cooler. I mean, if you buy a Targa 4S, I will think you are cool for the rest of your life. That's basically, you know, that sums up how I feel about the Targa 4S. And especially with this roof, it just brings back that coolness of the older ones, of the 964 especially, which I think is just such a beautiful car. And I love this spec as well. I mean, this in dark green with this red leather and the red roof, man, yes please. Okay, that's it for this review, guys. It's a bit shorter than usual, but we've covered a lot of 911 stuff already. This was mainly about the Targa, which is awesome. Thank you so much for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right there. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you in the next one. Bye.